be talking about something that I don't normally talk about, but I think the definition has been kind of skewed on a lot of these words that we use, especially if you go on social media or you go on TikTok and you start going through some of this sort of women content. They use a lot of words and a lot of definitions that they just created, and they have their own definition for them, and they have their own meaning to all these words. And one of these words is low value. In this case, low value women. We're going to watch a few clips about low value women. This isn't a term I use a lot in my content because honestly, if you really want to know my honest answer, I think that the value a woman brings to a man is going to be one thing, and that is going to be peace. If this woman can bring peace into this man's life and be a part of his peace, I think that is inherently the only value that a woman can bring to a man. Everything else needs to be dealt with on an individual basis, obviously. But just because a woman has a house, a woman has a good career, and you can ask a guy on the street. Let's go ask a guy on the street. Ask him, say, would you rather a woman have a good career, or would you rather have your woman bring you peace? And I can almost 100% guarantee you that the man will say that they would want a woman that would bring him peace.
Baby, learn this, and I promise you, this is the difference between why some women are getting queen treatment, princess treatment, treated the very best by men, versus the women that are getting bare minimum treatment. I wish they taught this in schools, and I wish I had known this earlier myself, because trust me, this is going to take so much energy, and it's going to place your value so high that you are only going to receive the best in life. Whether that is from men or friendships or opportunities or career, you're only setting yourself up to receive the very best. The girl that gets princess treatment, the girl that gets queen treatment, knows her worth. And not only does she know her worth, she does not settle for anything that compromises.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Stop it. Get some help.
And here we have the face filter coach telling women, I forgot what she was talking about in this video, honestly, because none of these words really make any sense. So she's manifesting. This is one of these manifestation videos where they have to make their energy into high value energy, and then everything will be fine. You're setting yourself up to receive the very best, and you will get that, whether it's with someone else or whether you're all alone. Just manifest it. Don't worry about all that other stuff. It's inconsequential because it has nothing to do with you sitting there doing absolutely nothing and manifesting your new reality. You go, queen. Get that queen energy. It is always amazing to me that this can be sold in such a way that no one can even question this. There is no question a woman can give to say, hey, look, have you been setting yourself up with this energy because you're in your 40s, you're using face filters, you got cold sores, and you're single? So what are you talking about? So this woman is talking about getting queen treatment, getting princess treatment, and saying that this is going to save you so much time and energy and just to place your value to the sky. And once you put your value so high, it's unobtainable, you're setting yourself up to receive the very best in life. And she's surprised they didn't teach this in schools. This is called delusion. This is 100% called delusion. So these types of women, I would say, men, honestly, just let these women live in their delusion. Women that talk like this are probably the biggest red flag. This is a woman that's ran through. Women like this have always been cast around like the bachelor party stogie. They couldn't really keep a man. They usually either get broken up with or they cheat. And then the excuse is, well, I'm just too high value for all those random men. I'm waiting for my one percenter. I'm waiting for my Chadron, Chadicus Thyronicus III Esquire. He needs to pull up in his Bugatti because that's what I'm worth. And if I'm not getting that, I'm not getting anything, honestly. And then I feel the same way. If a woman is not going to come pick me up from my house in a Bugatti, then she's worthless. She's useless. No sense in all this. Do better, is what I say.
If you really want to become a high value woman and hone in on your divine feminine energy, there are a couple changes that you're gonna have to make in your life. And these are the ones that I think are the most important. First thing is stop centering your life around men. If you really want to hone in on your divine energy and your womanhood, men are not going to be the answer. Male validation, what they like, how to attract them, all of that stuff is not important if you really want to align yourself with becoming the best version of you. Second thing to really feel like a high value woman is to make sure you feel financially secure. Now, a lot of us may be struggling with this because the job market is really difficult, but if you can find multiple sources of income, if you're able to still rely on your parents, if you're able to get creative and just find ways to get your own money, that can be very powerful in not having to rely on somebody consistently for income.
Women.
There is a pattern in this video. This is for a woman who is high value. She knows her worth. She is only waiting for the best, and if she doesn't get the best, or if that man isn't paying some of her bills like she just said, find any sort of way to get income so you're not dependent on anyone, unless it's your parents or a random man on the internet. But aside from that, this advice is how to be a high value woman, but also how to be completely single, because you got to work those extra hours. You have to be financially independent. You can't rely on anyone. You can't rely on anyone to help you in this journey. You must be completely on your own. So you're going to remain single then. Well, that's perfectly great. Let's continue.
Because the last thing you want is to go out into the dating world not feeling financially secure and then coming off as desperate as only wanting a guy for money. That can really hinder your safety and not picking the man who's going to respect and value you. Third thing is to really hone in and build your network of women. Build your network of support system, build your tribe, because the one thing that really helps in developing as a successful, young, intelligent, beautiful woman is to have women support you and have women that you can inspire and learn from. The fourth thing is to build on your value, right? When people say, oh, well, what do you bring to the table? I bring to the table who I am, but who I am is very valuable because either you have a lot of hobbies, you have a lot of beautiful skills that many other people may not have, you've overcome challenges that other women haven't overcame. Being able to build on yourself and your traits is so important. The last is building your confidence. And I don't just mean your looks, because that matters, but it's not the main one that's going to make you feel like a high value woman. Can you trust your gut when something feels wrong and you make a decision? Are you able to not feel shame when you take an untraditional path? Can you feel confident in taking new challenges? Can you feel confident in leading yourself into new things? Are you good enough with setting boundaries and saying no to people? Making sure that you build that side of your confidence is going to really make it worthwhile. There's so many other traits that I think are very important, but these are the main ones that I think would get you there faster. So let me know in the comments what
you know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
I'm gonna tell you what I think right now. Did you catch all that, fellas? Did you catch everything she was saying? So basically, this video is telling these young women to start selling online content. Selling online content. That was obviously just a joke. There is a couple of points she made in this video that I would like to elaborate on. Obviously, there's always the decentering men. This is the most important thing, because a woman cannot feel like she is doing things for men. She has to do that apart from men. Women actively think this way. Men don't. They just keep to themselves, but women actively have to think about not doing things for men, making sure that they go out of their way to inconvenience a man or whenever they can. This is just a common thing that a lot of quote unquote high value women, self-proclaimed value women, like to do. Now, at the first part of this video, you're thinking, oh, I thought she wanted to be independent. She didn't want to rely on a man for finances. This has nothing to do with dating or being in a relationship or anything like that. But then she brings up, you need to do this so that you are prepared to go out there and date. You need to have a career. You need to go ahead and start that online website and start selling those pictures. You need to do all this before you become a high value woman. You need to be able to do something untraditional and not feel shame about it. You need to grow your actual value in all of these random and very vague ways. Value has nothing to do, especially when in terms of men valuing women. This is the most important part, because this is where the definition gets a little skewed for a lot of people. The value that men look for in women has nothing to do with your hobbies. It has nothing to do with a woman's job, or with what type of car she drives, or with her career. When men look for a woman to potentially start a family with, to settle down with, they're looking for a woman that is going to be around their age. Usually this happens for men in their 20s. They're looking for that person in their 20s. If a guy hasn't found that in his 20s and 30s, a lot of them will just stop looking. They'll just get on the online website, dating site thing and start hooking up or whatever. But when men are looking to settle down and start a family and have kids, and they are looking for a woman with their value, they're looking for a woman that is in their 20s as well, and a woman that hasn't been playing around, a woman that's going to be faithful to him. And men look, whether women like to understand this or not, a lot of them don't think that it's important, but men look at women's past when determining their value, and a lot of them don't pass.